We now know the identity of the teenager killed in an overnight crash in Scarborough. Family and friends are mourning the loss of Henzela Tariq tonight, a grade 10 student at Anderson Collegiate Vocational Institute. Our Tammie Sutherland was at the scene of the violent collision.
I heard a loud bang, and that's when I got up from my bed. I was like, what happened? I saw the car and the emergency lights on, so I knew it's in trouble, but I wasn't sure what it hit until my husband woke up and he saw that there was a light pole on top of the car, so obviously it hit the light pole, and that's when we called 911.
A devastating fatal crash in Scarborough overnight. This mangled Mercedes was driven by a 16-year-old boy carrying a 14-year-old passenger in the front and a 16-year-old in the back seat when it slammed into a light standard here on Brimley, just north of McNichol, in what has now started a nightmare for all of the families involved.
He was too young, very shy, and very good, but I don't know what happened to him. He has taken the car at midnight and go outside just for driving, I think. I don't know.
Distraught family members of the driver, who was pronounced dead in hospital, came to the scene this morning. They say the teen behind the wheel is from Whitby, and they claim the teen's parents had no idea he had taken his mother's white Mercedes from their home in the middle of the night.
You just imagine that if the parent's kid has passed away, how is their condition?
You wake up in the morning and all of a sudden you find out that your kid is no more. You can imagine what are they going through right now.
Emergency crews responded to the crash just before 1:30 this morning, pulling the trapped victims out of the wreck. The 14-year-old boy in the front seat was taken to hospital in life-threatening condition. The 16-year-old in the back suffered less serious injuries. Police say the car was traveling southbound on Brimley when it somehow lost control.
Clearly there was some excessive speed involved in order for the type of damage to occur to the vehicle, as well as shearing the light standard off right at the base.
Police could not confirm whether the 16-year-old had his license, but based on his age, the driver could have only had a G1 license. A G1 would require you to drive with a fully licensed adult and ban you from the roads between midnight and 5 a.m.
If I can just say one thing, folks, you got to slow down. Speed is a major contributing factor to collisions that happen, and the serious and the fatal ones for sure. So no parent wants to get a knock on the door at 2 o'clock in the morning saying that you've lost a loved one. It's just a horribly tragic situation that has occurred here.
Police are asking for witnesses to come forward, especially anyone who may have dash cam video from the area at the time or home security video that may point out here onto Brimley. You can call Toronto Police Traffic Services or Crime Stoppers. In Scarborough, Tammie Sutherland, City News.